Give the call to the member for Durack.
My question is to the Prime Minister. Has the Prime Minister ruled out the creation of a Makarrata Commission to oversee truth-telling and treaty? If so, why is there still money in the budget to create one?
Give the call to the Prime Minister.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. I thank the member for Durack for her ongoing commitment to Indigenous Australians and for her interest on these issues and the constructive role that she wishes to play. I indeed spoke at the Gama Festival. I attended the Gama Festival along with the Education Minister, the Social Services Minister, the Indigenous Affairs Minister, the member for Barton, the member for Lingari, the member for Solomon and many other representatives of state governments. We were the only federal members who were there. It was an important gathering to discuss with First Nations people a way forward to close the gap. What we know is when it comes to closing the gap, we are not achieving the outcomes that I'm sure everyone here would want to see. We need to reduce the suicide rates. We need to reduce the incarceration rates. We need to reduce the rates between health and education that exist between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australia. The theme of this year's festival was Fire, Strength, Renewal. Fire, something that Yunupingu, who the Leader of the Opposition, attended his funeral. Really, at that point.
Order, members on my left. Members on my left. The manager is entitled to raise a point of order, and he shall do so.
You're a disgrace. Mr Speaker, on relevance, a very tight question. Has the Prime Minister ruled out the creation of a Makarrata Commission to oversee truth-telling and treaty? If so, why is there still money in the budget to create one? The Prime Minister should be directed to answer the question.
I'm listening carefully. I want to make sure the Prime Minister is on topic. He's talking about the visit to Gama. I'm hoping he will continue his answer regarding the question, which was about the Makarrata Commission for truth-telling. So he has had a preamble. I'm going to invite him to return to the question.
Indeed, Mr Speaker. Makarrata is the Yolngu word. Yolngu, the people who host the Gama Festival each year, for a coming together after struggle. No one can say there hasn't been a struggle in this country with Indigenous Australians when you have the closing the gap at that point. Coming together means actually sitting down and discussing the issues of how we move forward together. Now, those opposite might want to seek to continue to have division. What I'm seeking to do, and when I spoke at the Gama Festival about economic empowerment, is to search for ways, along with the new Minister for Indigenous Affairs, in which we can come together, which is what Makarrata is, coming together. Now, I seek for Australians to come together in order to advance the interests of Indigenous Australians, and I invite those opposite to actually stop with the attempts to divide and try to come together in order to close the gap, because that is our objectives. Now, during the referendum that was held last year, I was asked on multiple occasions a range of questions. I was asked about whether the voice would affect interest rates and defence bases and subs, nuclear-powered subs, and a whole range of issues. But I was also asked about treaty, and at that I indicated continually the same answer. I referred to the same answer before the referendum as afterwards, that is not the focus that we have.